Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It is Super Sunday here on the channel, and I cannot wait. It's Serie A football. I've been waiting so long to live stream a Serie A game. We've got a belter. Roma versus Torino. Roma, lots of excitement at this team this season. Gasperini at the helm. We've seen how strong the start of the season. Evan Ferguson has been a highlight for them. You've got Sfila and got one of the best keepers in Serie A, Hermoso, Mancini and Dica. Today is the back three. Kone, Cristante, Elganoi, Wesley and Angelino. And it's Sole and Dybala up top today. So that means Dovbyk goes to the bench as well as Evan Ferguson. Tsimikas is there as well. El Shaarawy, after that knock last time out, doesn't start. But again, a very, very strong side. A side that can definitely challenge Napoli for the title this season. Obviously, last night Inter Milan dropping points. So a massive chance here for Roma to really put themselves amongst the big boys for the start this season. This Torino side has a lot to improve on. Slow start of the season, absolutely dismantled by Inter Milan a few weeks ago. But I look to get back on track here in this game versus Roma, who, look, have had slip-ups in the past, but this season it feels a little bit different with Gasperini in charge. We're all put together side. Cristante and Vlasic there will shake hands and get us underway. Looking across at Torino's side, it's Coco, Ismaili, Maripan as the three centre-halves. Lazaro and Beraghi provide the width. Casadei, Aslani in midfield. Simeone, Ngonge and Vlasic are the dangerous front three. Keep an eye for Ngonge. A player I think could definitely be a key figure in this game for the Torino side. Making sure everything's working here on all fronts. Okay, all good on that. But great to see everyone joining us in here on YouTube on our Super Sunday feature game. Prediction for this game before we get underway. I think Roma run away with it. I think it'll be a tough start. We know how it can be a difficult place to get going. I'm going to go Roma 3-1 winners here over Torino. Torino not good enough defensively for me. And we are very, very close to getting kickoff underway here. The early fixture on a Sunday is back in this area. And we're in the capital here. Stadio Olimpico for this big match. Roma in their traditional maroon and yellow strip. Torino in the change white today. All looks to be in readiness. Referee looks to his watch. And we are underway here at the Stadio Olimpico. Roma, as I said, kicking from right to left in their home strip. Torino in the change white from left to right. Roma, well, as I said, there's a chance here to go further up in the league table because of what happened last night with Inter Milan. They win today. They go perfect alongside Juventus and Napoli. They've only scored 2 goals this season. I think today's a chance they can go and flex their muscles in the final third for Torino. It's a chance to pick up their second point of the season. If they pick up a draw, a victory takes them to 4 points in amongst the mid-table where they want to finish this season off. But this is no mean feat coming to Stadio Olimpico with this well put together Roma side. A lot to be excited about. Players on both these two sides. Interesting how Dybala operates as the solo man up top. Here's Mancini on the football. Hermoso, Wesley now. The new man, that's a foul early on. And the Brazilian brought to ground. There is Gianpiero Gasperini on the touchline. A lot of excitement around this man here. He dominates this division. Did so well with Atalanta last season. Put them in a title race. They lost his signature after a back and forth all season of whether he would re-sign with the football club. Rome have got his signature and their pen to paper, and that's always a good thing. Because Gasperini elevates any club he manages, including this Roma side. Here's Kone. Sole. Kone once again. Hermoso back to Wesley. We'll get a lot of this from Roma in this game here. Under Gasperini, lots of possession. Lots of dangerous possession in and around the final third. Surprising though for Roma today, no centre forward of Evan Ferguson or Dovbyk. They've gone with more of a false 9 type structure. They'll get Sole and Elionoi running off Dybala and more of a fluid front three in many regards. So Torino have to be careful they don't lax off defensively if Dybala or Elianoe drop into midfield like we've seen here. Casadei strongly. You know, he'll throw his body around a physical midfielder. Kone, Wesley. Coming a little bit more narrow now. Foul from Ismaili on him. And there's Marco Baroni, the manager for Torino. Trying to make things work for them this season. They've got some talent there. Aslani and Casadei in midfield, definitely the quality to match some of the big boys, but it's in and around the spots around them. Ken Simeone, Kalm Vlasic, and then Gonge deliver that clinical edge in the final third to be the difference in this game here. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for joining me, Mathis. Let me know your score prediction for this game here. I've gone with a 3-1 Roma victory. They continue their good form for me in this one. Great to see people joining in. And thank you for being patient. The first game outside the Premier League I've live streamed this season. I've been waiting for a Serie A occasion, and this is a great chance. Lunchtime kickoff, nice and early here at home. A dinner kickoff here at home, so great time to enjoy some Italian football. What a pleasure it is to watch Roma and play their football. As I said, they've only scored 2 goals this season, but they have looked a very well put together side. Simeone went to ground, nothing doing, says the referee. Svila. Surprised not many other clubs went for his signature in the off-season. One of the best keepers in the world right now. Shot stopper. Dybala. Indica gets it back. He's away from Casadei's challenge. Solé to Wesley. Here come Roma on this right-hand side. Wesley's always dangerous. Indica's continued his run. Couldn't get that ball out of his feet, and Mario Hermoso has gone through the back of Vlasic, and that's a foul. New to the channel, guys, make sure, I know where you're listening in and joining in from. Mathis, I'm from Australia, in Perth, on the west coast. A lot of our games are in the early hours of the morning or midnight. This game is perfect. Lunchtime fixture over there in the Italian capital, but 6:30 p.m. here. So I absolutely was keen to jump on this game when I had the opportunity. So very keen for this one. Does the buzz cut do it, Mathis? Ngonge now. He's the big signing in the off-season for Torino. Gets it back from Lazaro. Ngonge can whip this ball in. It's a dangerous ball. Hermoso had to do well with it. Cristante away. It's defeated Paulo Dybala. Back to goal and does very well to wriggle away from 2 challenges. Eventually brought down. The referee wants a talking to. Thank you for everyone joining me all around the globe. Let me know where you're listening in from or joining in from. Lunchtime fixture in the Serie A, and we've got a belter. And those Rome fans very much keen for this season to come. So much excitement and energy around this football club. In the last few seasons, we can't have said that. Especially the start of last season, a horrid start for them. Bottom half, near the relegation zone after 8 games last season. If it wasn't for Claudio Ranieri, they would not be in European football. And they wouldn't have had the joy they had at the end of last season. Ranieri now is upstairs and Gasperini is on the touchline. Oh, great ball there. Simeone looks to square it. Hermoso breaking that up, and just for a moment, Roma looked exposed at the back. Elianoe, Dybala, Matteo Solé. Here come Roma on the break. Torino have 6 numbers on the football, but Matteo Solé likes his sort of regions. Solé looked to find Dybala, broken up. Skipper Cristante. Kone. Solé now. And just up in the wick here, Roma. Ismaili there with him. Forced backwards. Indonesia. Great to meet you, Mathis, and great for you to join us here on this Super Sunday fixture. Solé now. Skipping away from the first chance from Ismaili and brought down. That's a foul. And with the likes of Paulo Dybala, Angelino and Solé on the pitch, this is a very dangerous spot for a free kick. Dybala will have a keen look at this free kick. Around 20 yards out of the box. Ismaili brought Solé down. Indonesian, yes. On the same time schedule than me as well. A great time to watch football, isn't it? Dybala and Solé stand over this free kick. Boys will look to try and whip that ball into the near post and get the beating of the keeper in goal. It is Dybala. The ball does well. If you're just joining us for wherever you are, let us know your score predictions in the comments, guys. Great to hear what everyone else sees of this game here. Kone back to Angelino. Ticked over the 8-minute mark here in this game. So far, not too much to talk about, but there has been some half chances at either end. Roma, as I said, I've only scored 2 goals this season, but have looked a threat and all and quite dangerous in some of their games. As such, Israel in goal for Torino is going to be a busy man. He has been a lot this season for the Torino Football Club. I don't support either of these sides here, Marcus, but I'm going to take Roma as the side I'm predicting to win this game. And that's going to be a foul on Simeone, you'd think. And no fouls to the referee. Hermoso getting away with one, you think there. Kone. I'm a Manchester United fan, Mathis, so I've got a big night ahead of me with the Manchester derby a few hours away. Ngonge looking to find Simeone, but Ndicka in there well, and Cristante now could feed Kone. Thanks for joining me, Matthew. Good to have you in here from England, the homeland. I wish I was there right now, I'm not going to lie. Haven't been there since Christmas time. But I'll be back soon. I'll be back again very soon. And I appreciate the great support. Go Roma indeed. I think, yeah, I would have money on Roma as well if I was a betting man. Really excited to see what they can do this season in this game here versus weaker Torino side. Ball into Simeone. He's done well. Cristante breaking that ball up. Kone. Just bouncing around in midfield. Let me know as well, guys, if you're watching and tuning in. Your prediction, your thoughts in this game here. Are you watching this one? Are you listening in? Let me know. Here's Elganoi. Dybala can turn. Angelino now on the left. We know he can whip balls into the area. That cross broken up. Ngonge can get going here. Vlasic on the far side. He's an option. Instead, he goes to Simeone. Met by Cristante. Advantage paid in Ngonge now on this right-hand side. He will be the threat today for this Torino side. Asalani can spread the play. From Inter Milan, man. Finds Biraghi, and that cross deflected. And Thriller doesn't do enough. It's gone out for the first corner kick of the game for Torino. Swap with you, still free speech. I don't know what you're getting at, Matthew. But Australia's a great place. I think it's what you're talking about. What claws are behind me, Mathis? Milan, the Italian kick for the Euros, the Lazio kick for 2021, and the Juve kit from the Ronaldo season. It's 18-19, that one there. I've spent too much money on kits since starting this podcast. Whipped in ball from Asalani. Sfila doesn't deal with it. Matty Pan had an option to head that ball in, but didn't go get the right connection on it. Try if there's a live Australia-Indonesia match. Australia matches have come and gone, but yes, Indonesia match. I know there's a good Indonesian following in world football right now, so maybe I might have to give it a look. Thank you for everyone joining in this Super Sunday. I keep mentioning the first half here, but let me know your score predictions. I've gone 3-1 to Roma in this game here. That looked offside, but Simeone's taken it down well. And it's Vlasic! Oh! He's pulled wide. Offside flag eventually goes up, but Simeone back to goal. Great take. Yeah, he's well and truly offside there, but just showing what Torino can do. As I said, they've got a dangerous front three, and Gonge, for me, is the player to watch from Torino, but Simeone and Vlasic are dangerous players of their own. It was Matty Pan's close header effort not long ago. So they got enough on it, but thought he could have done better there. That's a crowd in for this Serie A Super Sunday fixture. We're back underway here with Sfila getting his free kick after the offside. So far, so good for Torino. They've made a threat from set piece. They've got four when they've had to. Most importantly, they've kept the likes of Dybala, Soleil, and Kone quiet in around the final third. Here's Indica. Into Dybala. Gonge's touch was poor, giving it back to the captain Cristante, and Indica can go back to Sfila. Mafia, same time as you in Indonesia, my friend. It is 6:45 right now. That's why I've absolutely jumped on this game, because it's a great time and in two great teams. Elianoy, Soleil. Kone's an option in midfield. Eventually makes his way to him. Into the Villa Dybala, who can turn. Kone bundled over by Ngonge, but no foul given. And here comes Simeone on the break. He's gone for goal early. Saw Sfila off his line, but couldn't get the beating of the goalkeeper. To the jeers of those Roma fans, they thought it was a foul here on Kone. It just looks like a bit of a coming together. I think that's a fair call from the referee. Referee so far done a very good job. Let the game play. Soleil's long ball was very hopeful and straight into the hands of Israel. Great atmosphere here at the Stadio Olimpico. This lunchtime fixture. The first lunchtime fixture we've had in the Serie A on a Sunday. I've had the madness of last match day, all those Saturday evening and Sunday evening games. The sun out, midday. Perfect time for some football. I'll try my best, Muffy. I'm a quick talker. It's dealt with there. Ngonge couldn't keep that one alive. Throw for Roma. Throw into Elianoy. It's away for one chance now to Paulo Dybala. Hangolino now. Cristante. Into the feet of Kone. He's already had a key hand in everything that's happened in this game here. It's been the heartbeat of this Roma side this season. Soleil dropping in a little bit deeper to retrieve, and now Indica. Great turn from the skipper, Cristante. Into midfield, Dybala turning, doing very well. Cristante running onto it. And it had to be dealt with by Ishmaeli, and out for a corner kick. Pressure on Torino once again. All created by this quite sensational Dybala turn. Cristante continued his run from deep in midfield and almost got the end of that there if it wasn't for Ishmaeli dealing with that ball. It'll be Dybala's left-footed in-swinger. Dybala's ball in. Contact by Cristante, but headed over at the near post. Got some good contact on it. Indonesian language. Kamu Gateng. Yeah, not a clue of Indonesian. I know some Spanish, some Italian, but that's the end of it for me. Israel now will look long for Torino. Simeone looking to compete. Indica wins the header. Out of play, however, for that Torino throw. Some more exciting games to come today from the world of football. Burnley, Liverpool up next in the Premier League. PSG play Lyon. Obviously, the Manchester derby later this evening. Girona and Celta Vigo, Real Betis and Levante. Atalanta play Lecce after this as well. Udinese travel to Pisa as well. So, some exciting games this evening. Proper Sunday football all around the world. Mancini, that ball was played straight off the referee and we're going to drop ball. Referee can see the funny side of things. Mancini, less so. We're back underway there now with Indica. Soleil drifting out wide left now into Ilianoi. Really look like more of a Soleil Dybala front line, and Ilianoi sort of drops in. That's the more deeper of the attacking three. Cristante now. Roma yet to really have a clear-cut chance. Wesley's looked dangerous in the early moments, but outside of that, it's been hard work against his Torino low block. Kone, Wesley. Wait for one challenge now into the feet of Ilianoi. Cristante. Great turn from Dybala. And brought down. Soleil with the turn. Brought down by Coco. They've got that sort of side today. They're going to play into feet, it looks like, Roma. A bit more trickier, a bit more agile side. Not a proper centre forward or recognised number 9 of note. Got the two of the good ones on the bench in Evan Ferguson alongside Artem Dovbyk. Serie A tonight, Milan and Bologna is a big one. Set piece here. Paulo Dybala's left foot will be the one to direct this into the box. Slot towards the back post. Mancini was approaching. And Biraghi got an important touch, and he's gone down now. Bit of a head collision for the defender. To retake that throw. Now we're back underway. Wesley. And now Hermoso. The team's employing that 3 back, but it's more of a 5, almost at times a 6 for Torino when they commit numbers behind the football. Off the ball looking for Dybala. Coco's done well to shield that one into the hands of Israel. The keeper, not much to do so far. Roma yet to really have a clear shot on goal of real danger at this current point in time. Yeah, Mathis, I cannot show the screen. They've had all the leagues as well. Probably not Serie A. They just have to stop piracy sponsor all season because there have been dodgy deals done there with broadcasting screens. You can sync my time to the time on your screen if that helps you. Otherwise, if you can't watch it, try your best. I'm doing my best to commentate you along. But Matthew, you understand the vibe, mate. I think if you're from England, you know all about showing games of football. Israel goes long. Hermoso wins the header. Biraghi wins that ball into the feet of Simeone. He just couldn't quite get balanced enough to get the ball at his feet. Now Indica can sort out for Roma. Svila now long in the Dybala direction. Does fantastically well to hold the ball up against Coco. Angelino now. Dybala. Roma working their way slowly but surely up the pitch. Good start again, good tempo. Both teams now just growing into the game, especially Roma. They're more direct with their possession. Mancini looking long, Soleil running in behind. Maripan there to deal with that, and Biraghi back to Israel on goal. I think Torino will be happy with this start. Almost halfway through the first 45 minutes. Limiting chances is the key early on. Limiting the threat that Roma have, in particular, to feet. A lot of tricky players that want the ball in their feet onto turn and the half turn. That's very well done from Kone because Biraghi looked through. Great turn there. Vlasic as well. Aslani. to spread the play to Ngonge. Looked overhit, but Ngonge does well take it under his spell. But Angelino's there to close down the space. The ever-consistent Angelino on this side here. Indica. He's gotten away with one there. He's played it off the referee, but it looked destined to go straight to Marc Casadei. I tell you what, the referee has handed Roma a lifeline, because that pass from Illinois went either straight to Asllani or Casadei. They have gotten away with a big one. And you can see what those Torino players are filthy with the referee, because that looked like a certain turnover in the defensive third for Roma. Illinois can count his lucky stars, because he's truly gotten away with one there. He's a little bit of Spanish. tú. Yo hablo español soso. Gonga's picked a bit of a knock there. A shot of Indica into his side of his head there. It's a tough bit of contact for the wide man. Kone wins that ball back of Isael. Done well to get away from 3 challenges. And that's a foul from Kone. Casadei wins the ball, but then gets fouled. I see Asllani in the end who wins the ball back. Looks like Coco will get us back underway. 25 down in this first half, 20 to play. So far waiting for our first real attempt on target. The first real monumental save in this game here. It'll keep you off between Illinois and Dybala, and a big sliding challenge to keep that away. Looks like I'm going to get a break in play here. It is. It's going to be a water cooling break here midway through the first half. A chance for the managers to get in with their troops and communicate what they want to do. And, that's why we haven't had many lunchtime kickoffs in Italy to start the first few weeks because of the heat here. And you can see the players are drenched in some sweat. Bit of a chat in this cooling break to get the troops back underway. I can imagine it's a very hot day. It looks incredibly hot out there. Might insert a little bit more speed into this game, this break. A 2-minute break here for a drink and a rehydration. Yeah, Matthew, I don't really get it either because, I guess obviously danger to the players is one thing, but if it's not unrelenting heat, it allowed the game to open up a lot more because tired legs. But for the safety of players and considering how much football they play, it's probably fair enough. But I think that's why the Serie A normally employ those sort of first 3 or 4 weeks with the later kickoff, no midday kickoffs. It seems like this day in Rome is quite the hot one. We're back underway though. Cooling break done. Utter work nonsense, Matthew thinks. But we're back underway. Here's Wesley. He hasn't quite got the water break thing because he's been caught in possession. Simeone now. Look to play Ngonge in. The ball's broken out now to Asllani. Sparagi, however. Casadei got a touch. Lazaro goes back. Coco. Asllani now. Oh, Interman whipping that ball in. Left-footed ball. Too close to Sevilla, who catches and releases Kone. The break shut down to the great coverage there defensively from Torino. Mafasa will not be dropping a number in a live show, unfortunately. Go Roma. Another Roma fan in the I've gone Roma as well, 3-1. King Soccer, I've backed in Roma for this game here. Hoping after this drinks break they can be reignited. It was a quick start that slowed down quickly. Whipped in ball to no one in particular. Mancini was up the pitch, but require a lot to get in the end of that Mario Hermoso ball into the area. I centre forward on the pitch for Roma today. So that Gasperini has made the most of smaller forwards. How well that Retegui did last season. And obviously Lukman's no massive centre forward. +1 Roma. Roma need to win this. They want to keep in touch with the big boys. That is Napoli this season. And obviously Juve are looking the part as well. If you watched last week's podcast, me and Nathan got into heavy discussion about the state of both Inter Milan, Juventus and Roma, and how they're all going to line up going into this season. Oh, +1 is... Oh, so you're well ahead, Matthew. I'll have to keep you... I'll have to not check the chat as much. Not goal. I'll have to wait and see here. I'm at the 29-minute mark, so... Long clearing ball. Oh, great chest control there from Simeone, and Kone has brought down Casadei. Poor challenge. The big Italian midfielder there. Oh, okay, +1 for the wrong win. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, because I don't know the whole how I stream here in Australia and the connection and stuff. I don't know how far behind I actually am of everyone else back in Europe. But if you can sync my time to your time on the screen, bingo. There's those spoilers then. Yeah, we've got 3 Roma fans here. Well, myself, Matthew, and King Soccer also backing in Roma for this game. That was poor from Asllani. He has a big season ahead of him. He needs to prove he can compete in a big side. As such, by carrying this Torino side to potentially a mid-table finish. Lots of pressure on him to be that quality alongside Casadei in midfield. 2 players that have played for some of the large, big clubs here in Italy. I get it, Matthew. 14 minutes to play in this first half. Israel going long. It's been a theme of Torino's game. Get the ball high up the pitch and let Simeone, Vlasic, and Ngonge go to work. Asllani, that's a poor challenge on Kone, and that's the first slice of cheddar this evening. He's an industrious midfielder, Asllani, but he can get away and lose his head at times, and that's a brain fade for the Torino midfielder. First like car for this one goes to the former Inter Milan midfielder. And the manager Baroni not happy. Been a physical affair though. Been combative in midfield. Bodies flying around. Like the Kone and Cristante. And Asllani and Casadei, you're going to get that. There's some big bodies in there. Paulo Dybala to Wesley. Back with Paulo Dybala. Breaks the way of Soleil. Tricky free from the wide man. Wesley now. On this far right-hand flank. Cristante to the give and go. I think ball gave too much chance for Boraghi to get back and clear. I don't have 300,000. I don't know who you think I am. I barely got a dollar to my name. Soleil's ball in. Deflected away. Hooked clear by Ngonge. Great take from Simeone again. So good with his back to goal. And then no foul, says the referee. I thought Mancini had fouled the Torino forward, but nothing doing, says the referee. Kone. Angelino now. Dybala. Cristante now wide to Wesley. When he's on the ball, good things are happening for Roma. Wesley now looking for the bar line. Cut back is there. Hermoso. Dybala's shot. Deflected wide. It felt like, yeah, it is. It is deflected wide. And it's a corner kick for Roma. You're just starting to get into the swing of things here. Angelino, Wesley, Dybala all getting more involved. And that's a good thing for those home fans. Will be Dybala's left-footed outswinger. What can the magician produce? It's a well floated in ball. It's a great contact from Mancini, but Israel down well to hold. There's our first save for either keeper in this game. Matthew, I appreciate you dealing with that then. I hope I'm good enough. Maybe one day we'll be able to commentate properly on the Serie A and you can watch it and hear me. I'll do my best for you, my friend, and if others are doing the same thing, I'll do my best to bring the game to you in your homes or wherever you're watching around the world. Here's Kone in midfield. Torino happy to sit in. They've got that 5 back, 4 in front, and the central centre forward to Simeone is the hold-up man. It's a great ball. Dybala found Soleil and had to be pulled back in the end by Vlasic, who offered the arm out to say sorry, but Soleil was not happy. He looked through. That's another big mistake for a Torino player. It wasn't Vlasic, it was Ismaili. So Ismaili, the centre half, picks up a yellow. So Aslani as well. So 2 key players in the core of this side with yellow cards for Torino. We've got 10 minutes of this first half to play, plus the second half. Israel setting the 4-man wall for Torino. Just over 20 yards out here. They've all walked away from it, and Soleil looks to be the man for the moment. His left-footed ball is already on the score sheet this season for Roma. Can he make a goal number 2 in game 3? Mateus Soleil into the wall. Back out to Soleil, and he strikes well and truly over the crossbar and in to the home end there behind the goal. Disappointing set piece once again from Roma. 2 free kicks in very similar positions. One from Soleil, one from Dybala, but both smack bang into the middle of the wall. Gasperini does not look overly impressed with his opening 36 minutes. Slow burn for Roma. Haven't quite had that 5 to 10 minutes of overwhelming pressure to put Torino under the cosh, but I'm assuming that will come. Alterations you could probably expect at half time as well, especially considering the incredible heat in the Italian capital. Ismaili heads straight out away, and now Wesley to gets back underway to Mario Hermoso. Now with Mancini, Italian international, driving Roma forward here. Wesley, haven't seen enough of him for my liking. He's going to be such an important figure this season for Roma, the new signing. Dybala dropping into the hole, feeding back to Soleil. It's Illinois in the box. Oh. And Lazaro put it behind. For some reason, I thought it was goalward from the Torino wingback. Look at Dybala and Soleil linking up well. Illinois has not been as involved. It sort of screens for an Evan Ferguson of Artem Dovbyk to be brought on and sort of have Soleil and Dybala working off a proper central centre forward. But balls into the box like that just make you think. Dybala's ball in. Simeone straight up in the air. Second ball won. Simeone's done well to retrieve. That's that run out of play for Torino throw. Deep in their own defensive half. Smiley's got a problem here. This is not good. Pointing to that right knee of his. Went up for the header there from the corner kick and may have done some damage there. The defender. He's gone straight down straight away and hailed towards the bench there, asking for some assistance. Out comes the special magic spray. To this day, I do not know what that magic spray does, but it always does the job for any player out there. More chance for refreshments for both sides. More chances for messages to be brought out by Barone and for Gasparini. Smiley looks back up on his feet and the thumbs up from the physiotherapist saying he's good to go. So Ismaili's good to go at least till half time, you'd think. Lazaro will get this game back underway for a Torino throw. Deep in their defensive half. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first half, plus stoppages. And Cornet heads straight back out on the Torino throw. I did go for a 3-1 game. It doesn't look like a 3-1 game at the current point in time. It looks like a classic 2-0, 1-0 type Serie A affair. But the first goal will be vital, you feel. Lazaro still to find Vlasic. Biraki now. Simeone's made the run in behind. And he's got to the end of it. Mancini's there with him. Simeone's done well again. Biragi's ball, partly deflected by Wesley. Hermoso. Poor clearance. Now Vlasic. What can the skipper produce? Koko. Now into Ngonge. Recycles that ball to Koko again. Now Aslani. This is a good little spill of possession for Torino, but the ball over the head of Simeone and out for a Svilar's goal kick. Once again, though, the possession has not been in Torino's favour, but when they have had the ball, they've looked at the dangerous side, the more incisive side, at least, by that. Sfila yet to be tested, but Torino have had their opportunities. Thuram's given that ball away, and it's a ball for Ngonge to chase, and he gets there first ahead of Indica. Baku for Vlasic. Runners in the box. Casadei's one of them. Fantastic challenge from Elianoy. Now Wesley the other way, and this is where Roma could get going. On the break. Space are offered into. Angelino now. What can the left-sided wing-back produce? Elianoy after the challenge from the front foot here. Left-hand side to Angelino, looking to find Dybala in the box, but broken up by Maripan. Cocola is long. Just looking for territory there. Nothing in particular to aim for. Entertaining first half without the big chances as of yet. Dybala looked to find Elianoy, but the ball was just ahead of the attacking midfield player. And Israel now will take some time and collect and reach Ismaili. Into the feet of Vlasic. Casadei's touch. Mancini won the ball back well, and momentarily it's 4-on-4. Great ball to find Dybala, and what a challenge there. Fabulous challenge, because Dybala looked through for all money. I think it was Maripan in the end. Mancini won the ball off Simeone hard the pitch. Soler looked to Dybala, and Maripan back to cover off well, preventing the stylish Argentina a chance at goal. Angelino back underway now. That's a much better move, though, from Roma. More of that you'd expect if they want to get dangerous and win this game of football. Cristante. Cristante finding Wesley. The Brazilian's done well there. Has been pushed. Another free kick on this right-hand side for Roma. Beragi's made a very, very idiotic error by shoving the wing-back in the back. And Dybala again taking a keen interest in this set piece. Can this produce our first momentous moment of this game here? The Argentine always good for these dead balls. He's tricky on the football. Can pick out a pass from anywhere. Tough spot though to get this ball up and down. And he's gone down to a dangerous area. And there's a foul in the build-up. I think it was Cristante. Mancini was in the end. He's fouled. Distance covered stats there. Casadei, Elianoy, Assalani and Cristante leading that stat. And no surprises there, especially for Assalani and Casadei. Two robust workhorses in midfield. Into the last 30 seconds of regulation time here in the first half. Flicked on header. Simeone now returns the favour to Casadei. Back with the centre forward. Escapes the first chance, escaped the second, but not the third. Kone wins it. Cristante. Now Soler. Elianoy is the only attacking runner in front of him. Angelino now joins with this left-hand channel. Indica. Wesley. Got 3 minutes of stoppages to go. Soler finds Wesley again. Really well read there. Broken up by Hiragi. Hermoso back to Wesley. Wesley's ball in. It's gone towards the back post where Angelino is. Didn't get any real connection on that. And then Ngonge now can take off. Last year with the champions Napoli. Mancini wins the header well. Cristante then back to Indica. Roma have been comfortable in possession today, but haven't really created much from it. Soler. Look for Dybala on the spin. He was brought down, and that's a foul. The Soler and Dybala partnership, once again, proving fruitful. And Mosso wanted the game underway quickly, and now onto a yellow card for Asllani, who was in the way of the quickly taken free kick. And once again, Soler wants to get the game underway quickly. The referee having none of it. He says, I set the set piece, you wait for me. Now Soler over it. Let's take another minute out of the game, which I don't think we'll get back. It looks like this will be the last proper chance. Soler's ball in. Flicked on header. by Hermoso. But Israel well down to save. Savable height. Not much pace on that header. Would require a lot to score from there. Backpedaling. To manufacture all the power on that header. Long ball dealt with by Mancini. Now Kone. Chance to turn. Does that well. And feeds Indica. Yanoi. And Helena bundle over, but I found as the referee as Kokor was in his back. He's let the play go on to the referee. I'll give him that. Respect for that. It's been a physical affair. It's been a hot one. That might explain the subpar first half from Roma. It's what we expected from Torino, though. Robust offensively. Clean sheet the key. And that does us for an engaging first half, but not the most entertaining one. 0-0 at the half. Aslani and I think it was Baraghi in the end picked up the yellow cards. There was Ismaili as well picked up a yellow card. But outside of that, nothing really to talk about. 2 easy saves for Israel to have, but Sevilla in there has had nothing to do. It's been a hot one in Rome, and that might explain the sluggish start to this one here. 0-0 at halftime. I'll be gone for around 10 to 12 minutes for the halftime interval. We'll be back for what could be a very, very entertaining second half's action. As it stands, Roma 0, Torino 0. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Second half action, not too far away now. Both you two teams are re-entering the pitch. That's a well-deserved break. Let's hope we can see a little bit more action here in the second half. Baldanzi looks like he's ready to come on for Roma. Aslani remains on despite his yellow card. And Evan Ferguson, it's time for the luck of the Irish, maybe, for Roma. I think this is a big call. It's a good call. I feel like it's a game that needs a set-piece type goal, and Evan Ferguson can bring that. So the changes have been swung by Gasperini. So Baldanzi and Evan Ferguson on. So Elianoe and Paladabala do not partake in our second half's action. A lot more to be excited about, I feel like, this second half. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gents. Let's hope we get a little bit more entertainment than we did in the first. And we are not too far away. We're back again, Nafis. We are back. Second half action. Seconds now away. All's in readiness, it seems. Just waiting for the referee's whistle. We are back underway here for the second half. Torino getting us kicked off in their white chain strip. They'll go right to left in this second half. Roma from left to right. There was 3 shots on target in the first half. All easily saved by the keepers. Let's hope we get that and more in this second half. The game will become stretched. Chances will come as a result of that. Evan Ferguson will be down the middle. Matteo Soleil will be on the right of him. And Baldanzi on the left of him. So, a little bit more structure now up top for Roma. Gasperini tried something with Paladabala as the false 9, but he's gone back to what has worked so far this season. Evan Ferguson on the score sheet already, assisting as well. He will throw his body around. He will be a figure and a presence up top for this Roma side. And Indika fouling Vlasic there on the halfway line. Back the way there with Koko. Back to Israel. Hooked around the corner to no one in particular. Simeone did a great job in the first half. Back to goal, holding the ball up and making things happen for Torino. They just need a little bit more supply, better support, to be honest, because he's been a solo man up there. Here comes Lazaro now. Feeding in Ngonge. Haven't seen much of him since the early moments of the first half. Koko. Now with Mark Casadei. Yesterday goes long. Met by Indika. Cristante battles away with Biraghi. Biraghi wins the ball initially very, very well. Great hold up from Simeone. Play through to Mark Casadei. Had him offside as well in the end. His own box to clean up. Wesley tried to take it on there. Was in a bit of trouble initially. Gets away from Biraghi, however. And Soleil runs out of green grass. Torino bright starters in the second half. It's now with Vlasic, the skipper. De Simeone with a cheeky little back heel, but Hermoso read that. Wesley now to try and skip away from Biraghi and came off the Torino man and out for a throw for Roma. Torino unchanged. Israel reigns in goal. Maripan, Ismaili and Koko at the back as the back three. Supported by Biraghi and Lazaro as fullbacks. Casadei and Aslani in midfield. And it's the front three of Ngonge, Simeone and Vlasic who continue. Here's Cristante. Just spread the play, but as far as Lazaro. It's Real now. Dicker wins the header. Badanti releases Kone. Casadei's back to cover off. That midfield battle continues to rage on. And in the end, Casadei fouling Kone. Giving a foul to Roma. 40-odd yards away from their goal. Did well there, Kone. I thought he could have released it earlier to Baldanzi to get the return past. In the end, fouled by Casadei. And a chance now to whip a dangerous ball into the area. And of course, it is Matteo Sole over this one. The left-footed ball across the box that Indica Hermoso and Mancini looked to get their head on. They looked in the Hermoso direction, dealt with, however, Lazaro heads away. Chases his own header down, but Wesley beats him to it and can go back to goalkeeper Sevilla. I mean, you might see them look a little bit more direct in this second half with Evan Ferguson, or maybe look to utilise the wing-backs, Angelino and Wesley, a little bit more because they've got that tall threat of Evan Ferguson down the middle now. Asllani looking long for Simeone. He's done well in hold-up play and does well again to keep the ball away from Cristante. Dicker in the end, too strong. He's a fantastic game and start to the season for Roma. Wesley now. Poor giveaway to the Torino skipper Vlasic, who can run at Matteo Sole and whip a ball into the area, which Simeone gets his head onto. But had a lot to do with two Roma defenders all over him and him backpedaling. So that header was no challenge for Sevilla in goal. Well, now with Mario Hermoso. And with Mancini. Five minutes in now to this second half. So it's been an intriguing one. A real combative game. Game that's struggled for quality in the final thirds. Evan Ferguson as well to hold that ball up and is fouled by Mark Casadei. And also now. It's a feat of Ferguson. He releases now to Cristante, Badanski. And Angelino whipped that ball in. Ferguson was the target. Casadei dealt with it. Lazaro can hook away. His clearance doesn't make it to the halfway line and Dicker breaks it up. Now back with Angelino. A bit more space to drive. Into the feet of Ferguson. Back to goal. Swiveling. But Kokor as well. And now Vlasic can turn. Wesley's got him for company. And didn't do enough and didn't win the ball. And as such, picks up a yellow card. The first for Roma in this game. More of an accumulation of fouls rather than that being a yellow card offence. So Wesley in the book for Roma. They're first to receive a booking in this one. Torino have Asllani already in the book, as well as Ismaili. Israel looking longs over Simeone's head and a kick to kick with the goalkeepers. Svila now to Mancini. We've had a drinks break in that first half and already looks like the pace of the game has slowed quite a bit since the start of the second half. The heat playing a factor in this one. Also a case of the quality in the final third not quite being there this afternoon for either side. Torino not coming here to score. They're coming here to protect a 0-0 result. But for Roma, the pressure's on them to make things happen in the final third. I did say it though. So it's been 2 1-0 results so far this season for Roma. They haven't been the most fluent side of the final third, but they've looked more dangerous in games previous. Birhagi. Vlasic. Looked to find Casadei, but Kone broke that up well. Here comes Soleil. There's 3 Roma players, accompanied by 6 in white. Ball behind Ferguson. It's a shot by Baldansky, but it was wild and rash and almost went out for a throw rather than a corner kick. He really had no control of that. Looked to try and almost knuckle it. A clap from Gasperini in the touchline. Much better from those in the maroon and yellow. It's taken us 10 minutes into the second half. We've got a first chance of this one. Those Roma fans, their support has been unwavering in this one. Haven't quite seen their team's best football, however. Okay, so maybe an adjustment period here. Learning the Gasperini style because we know how attacking and how fluid it can be. We also know how it can become undone and unpicked. Kokol winning that header. What's landed the feet of Vlasic, who's still on goal, and Vlasic just blasted over. Offside at the end may spare his blushes, but what a chance for the Torino skipper. It looked off, but you've got to put it in the back of the net. He was off in the end by quite some distance, but quite a poor finish from the skipper. Simeone just telling his players, let's go. Let's play. Hermoso around the corner, looking for Evan Ferguson. Here's Soleil. We're going to whip that ball in toward Baldansk at the back post. Over him and too far ahead of the wing-back, Angelino. Maripan and company at the back have done very well. Maripan, Koko, Ismaili kept Roma quite quiet, being physical, being a presence. That's all that matters for them. Keeping Roma at arm's length. Indica wins the header as far as Lazaro. Goes back to Israel on goal. You can see Gasperini barking orders down the touchline. He wants more from his team. Indica rises again and wins the header. Kone takes it down under his spell. Soleil with space to turn. We've got Torino backpedaling. Wesley outside of him. So Wesley on the right-hand channel. It's Wesley into Evan Ferguson. And the first time finishes off target. That's much more like it from Roma. Much more fluent, more direct. And the Irishman wanted to open his foot a little bit more to direct that one to goal. Wasn't quite the finesse it required, that finish. Torino have had their warning there. Much more fluid move. Kone, Soleil, all involved. Obviously ending with Evan Ferguson as it all should be. No foul on Vlasic as a referee. We continue on. Mancini. Cristante now. What can the skipper produce? Into the feet of Kone. So Soleil now. Indica. Roma trying to up the intensity. Try and get this Torino team on the back foot. That one's caught a foul against Birhagi on Wesley. He isn't very happy. There's a word with the referee for that one there. Wesley back to goal and clipped on the way through. All eyes on Soleil. Another set piece. Played short to Kone now. It's on his right-hand side with Wesley. His first touch was difficult to take under his spell. Baldansky. Soleil now on the right. He'll look to use that left foot. Whip it in. Cristante had to bend down to get a header on that. Not really dealt with by Torino. In the end, Aslani can hook away into the feet of Vlasic. And a great turn for Simeone to get away from Cornet. And here come Torino in the break. It's 2v3. Simeone's pass behind Ngonge. He was clipped. Advantage played. Simeone now. Torino on the edge of their box. Simeone! Goal! Torino take the lead! And it's an absolute belter from Simeone. Absolutely outstanding for the Torino centre forward. And against all the runner play, one swift counter-attack is all it took. And Torino have battled all day. They finally take the lead in the nation's capital. What a move. It started with a centre forward. A great dummy and fake to get past Cornet. Running away into the final third. I thought the counter-attack was ruined. His pass was behind Ngonge, who kept his feet well after being clipped. Returned the favour to Simeone, who cuts inside of the right foot. And on the edge of the area, picked out the far corner. With a sensational finish. And to be fair, it's what they deserve. They've battled hard today, Torino. And they've absolutely shocked those Roma fans. A swift, sensational, stunning counter-attacking strike. And Simeone has done such great work today and is deserving of the opener. Torino 1, Roma 0. What a goal and what a moment for Torino. They've had a rough start to the season, difficult games. Is that the spark to get their season going? All for Roma to do, all for Gasparini's men to figure out now. The first goal conceded from Roma, the first goal scored, I believe, for Torino this year. It is indeed. Instant response maybe for Roma. Soleil gets to the bar line and it comes off his smiling. That's a corner kick. Maybe a swift response here from those Roma players. They need it. They've been sluggish. They've been poor. But that Roma home end, they're in fine voice. They believe. Soleil. Dealt with by Coco. Wesley. Waits for Soleil to get back on side, which he does. Another left-footed ball in. It's flat and poor and dealt with. And Ngonge chasing now Cornet, and that was, for a minute, a little bit worrying. What a shocking turn of events here. I don't think any betting man would have had Torino to take the lead, but they have. Angelino. Baldanzi now. Cristante into Baldanzi. Well taken. Soleil. Skipper again. Looked for Evan Ferguson. Broke up by Casadei. One back by Ferguson. Cristante's turned into danger. And that danger is Simeone again. And here comes the 3-on-4 break. Torino, the white shorts are flooding forward. Ngonge. Oh, looked to try and find Simeone again, but that was not as good as the initial play for the goal. And now the game's become stretched. The noise lifts in the Stadio Olimpico. Soleil. These Roma fans demanding, urging their team on. Great back heel. It's come. Oh, Mancini's way. Continue the run. Great block in the end from Ismaili. Wesley. The game's just gone up a gear, it feels like. That goal's awoken the sleeping giant of Roma. Angelino now. Baldanzi. Back with the Spanish international. Cristante. Baldanzi back to goal. Twisting one way then the next. Cornet. Baldanzi again. Still Baldanzi. Asking for a hand in there. Nothing doing to the referee. Indica wins it back. Cornet. Finds Soleil. And for eternity, that football floated towards the goal. This game has gone up a gear. It's entertaining. This is what we thought we were going to get at the start of this one. Quiet first half, but that goal from Simeone has just got Roma into an aggressive gear now. They're wanting this next goal. They need this next goal within the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, the pressure builds on Gasparini's men. Subs the clocker looks like Che Adams looking like he'll come on for Torino. And the goal scorer Simeone off. What a shift he's put in. And what a moment and what a goal it was. 3 subs for Torino. So Abukal coming on. Ilic coming on and Che Adams coming on. Casadei off alongside Simeone and Ngonge. So those forward players replaced. Midfield energy restated. What's a moment for Ngonge? What's a moment for Simeone? They linked up for that goal, that all-important goal in this one. What a pick-up Ngonge could prove to be. So Bukal, Che Adams and Ilic on for Torino. And for Roma, looks like Pezzilli on the bench there, ready to come on. It's a skipper, Cristante, to make way. So Pezzilli a little bit more attacking, a little bit more agile in midfield. Will add a spark, which Roma will be looking for. Pellegrini on the bench as well as an option for their side. Even Zeki Celic could be a look in. Maybe it is Artem Dovbik to come on alongside Evan Ferguson up top. Mancini a bit of trouble. Abukal does well. Mancini with him every step of the way. Biraghi looking to drive forward, but won by Wesley. Out for a Torino throw. Well and truly in the Roma half now. Flash has done well to turn. And the ball in the box. Oh, what a save from Fila. Oh, an important moment. Vlasic with the fantastic turn. The ball was cut into the box. And in the end, I don't know who it was, but an important snapshot. Well saved. Evan Ferguson is taking his anger out there on Coco. Here it is. Vlasic with the turn. The ball cut into the area, and it's Abukal just off the bench. Could have made it 2-0. What a 10-minute spell here for Torino. And they've got under the skin this Roma side. As you can see by Evan Ferguson, they're lashing out. They're in charge. Manipan long. Looking for Abukal. Mancini finds Abukal in the end, but his head out of play. And the offside flag eventually rises. The Moroccan man has been amongst it since coming off the bench for the last minute or so. Here's Mario Hermoso. Roma have to kick into gear, you'd think. Need a goal now or in quick time. Andiamo, Roma. Pezzilli, Sule. Indica. Fantastic defensively, but they have conceded. So here's good work, undone. Kone. Back with Indica. Just over 20 minutes of football to be played. Pezzilli now the substitute. Can he insert some energy into his Roma midfield? Give and go with Soleil. Longer searching ball for Wesley. And Biraghi. Clearance has gone behind for a Roma corner. Pressure now on the Torino back line. Martin Dovbik there in the background. He'll be readying himself. Roma with 2 more changes to be made. It could be the Ukrainian forward to come on. Ferguson, Mancini, Indica, all options for this Sole ball. Very deep and to absolutely no one in particular. And Aslani can let that one roll away. Roma look disconnected right now. Not the same page. Gasperini couldn't look to the bench. You feel like Stefan El Shaarawy, Artem Dovbik, Manuel Pellegrini, all there, all options. He's fallen the fit of Vlasic now. He's driving at this Roma back line. Plays by to Lazzaro. Sado stepping over the football and reverting back. Koko. Aslani. Put Koko under some pressure. Wesley now driving. Wanted Soler, but didn't give it to the Argentine. He's eventually got it now, Soler. Good things have all happened today when it's gone through him. Wesley, Soler again. Quite stagnant for Roma right now. They look flat. They look devoid of ideas, and this Torino backline has looked as robust as ever. Corner, Indica. Now Tavancini and Mario Hermoso. Evan Ferguson back to goal. Doing what does his best. The ball stuck at his feet. Wesley now. Hermoso. Pizzilli. Bit of give and go there with the two Roma players. Soler around the corner. A ball pinballing around in there. And Aslani puts that straight out of play and goes to hold his hamstring. He looks like he's cramped. I think his day is done there, the former Inter Milan midfielder. And that would be great time for a drinks break, it looks like. So 70 minutes into this one, the Simeone incredible break is the difference. He's finished smart to find the back of the net. And Gasperini, you can see, demanding from his troops more energy, more intensity. Bit of give and go football, I think. Sort of receive and go type of play. They need a little bit more energy and intensity in their football. It's been far from their best today. It's been a sort of symbol of their season. A lot of periods they've struggled, a lot of possession, but nothing much with it. We have the replay here. Ngonge, in the end, is the hero. He keeps his feet well after being fouled. Gets it back to Simeone, and that finish, well, fabulous. And into the away end he went. Those fans ecstatic. Their first goal of the season, and what's a way to open the account. And a fantastic solo individual effort. And Barone, the manager on the touchline, over the moon. Bit of confusion here between Hermoso and Aslani. I think Aslani thought he was putting the ball out of play for a cooling break. But the Roma players believe he put the ball out of play by accident. Confusion here, a lot of confusion between the fourth official and the on-field referee. So it looks like the ball will be thrown back into play and Roma will take over. Confusion for a good 2 minutes there, but we're back underway. 18 or so minutes to go. Plus, you'd reckon 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time, considering the cooling break and the substitutions. Corner now. What do Roma have up their sleeve? Baldanski brought down, and a free kick Another dangerous spot for Roma. They've had a lot on this side of the park. Yet to put anything that's really tested Israel on goal, though. Ilic careless in his challenge. It's now Angelino over this one. Left-footed ball. And it's a four-man wall. Angelino floats it in. Dealt with by Maripan. In the end, it's a foul. And Smiley brought down and seemed to have been fouled in the whole process there. Frustration growing at the Stadio Olimpico. It's a real nothing challenge, isn't it? It's understandable why the frustration is there. It's a coming together between the two centre halves, and somehow there's a foul there, and the referee still seems to have a bit of a problem with his mic. Another delay in this game, and adds more fuel to the Roma fire. The fans aren't happy either. Mancini isn't happy. The now new skipper since Cristante went off. The noise still all coming from that Roma end, though. They still believe. Both teams with two substitutions left to be made in this very hot lunchtime fixture here in the capital. Serie A getting us back underway. Some lengthy delays across the last 5-6 minutes. Taking a bit of the sting out of this game. That will play in Torino's hands. Soleil. Now Wesley with a throw. Hermoso. Indica. Quarter of an hour to go. Plus a chunky old amount of stoppage time. And Angelino's given that away. Kula has been fouled there by Angelino, and that's got to be a yellow card, and it is for the Spanish fullback. Abukal has done a very good job since coming off the bench for Torino. Tricky footwork, won the ball back off Angelino, and then got fouled by the Spanish international. And this is a dangerous spot again for Torino. They can whip the ball into the box, and some of the big targets in there, Maripan in particular. It would be massive if they can take a 2-goal lead. I'd almost say game one if they do that here, because Roma haven't looked likely to score one, let alone two. And Abukal's down. He's struggling holding onto that left knee. And once again, the time stopped again. Frustration from those Roma fans grow. There is the veteran Stefan El Shaarawy, who looks to be the answer. And Zeki Celik as well for Roma. So Gasparini's pulling all the aces out of his sleeve. Gasparini wants the game back underway, and understandably so. Abukal, however, back to his feet. Bit of gamesmanship there from the Torino substitute. This isn't quite going to plan for Roma. Frustration as such is shown. 2-1-0 win start their season. Looking like a 1-0 loss here in their third game. Biragi goes for goal. Sfila had to be active. Offside against Ismaili in the end. Substitutions now for Roma. Here comes Here comes Stefan El Shaarawy. So Mario Hermoso off. So it looks like it'll be back four now. Zeki Celik will move further up the pitch. We know Stefan El Shaarawy will operate in and around the centre forward. And Angelino off as well. So a very, very attacking Roma side now. And Aslani now eventually coming off. And Tameze on. So one more change to come for Torino. Roma out of changes. No more substitutes for them. Celik has slipped in as a right centre half. Pizzilli in front of him. Koné will just drift out and protect that left-hand channel. Now El Shaarawy further up the pitch. So it really is kitchen sink time now for Roma. Shaarawy. Pardanzi. The ball got away from him. Indikia sliding in. Abu Klaas done well. And he went straight away from the throat. Ilic is there. He was in behind. Vlasic! Oh! A great effort on the break. And Sfila down well low. And Abulkar's gone in. Straight away, yellow card. Abulkar went through Baldansky, and that could definitely be a red on any other day. Lucky he got some of the football. Vlasic's effort just needed a little bit more power, needed a little bit more height in that one. In the end, Sfila done well to make the save, but danger nonetheless. And again, on the break for Torino, they looked the piece there. Abulkar again initiating that counter-attack from the throw-in. Soulé, he's been heavily involved today for Roma, but hasn't been able to find that end product, the goal, the assist. Koné, Indica. Now with the skipper Mancini, Zeki Celik, Wesley. Into Evan Ferguson from Mancini, trying to replicate Simeone's effort with the dummy, but was well cleared in the end by Coco. So robust, so compact at the moment. Bank of six really back there for Torino. Soler cutting inside. Recycle to Mancini. Zeki Celik now is furthest right. Feeds it in to Soler. Pizzilli now to Indica. El Shaarawy, or shot blocked. Looked like he's up a chance cutting on his right foot. Pizzilli now. Roma have got all the football. Celik. Mancini showed something ridiculous. And in the end, offside against Baldansky. Time ticking now for Roma. Last substitution for Torino now. It's the skipper Vlasic to make way. To the jeers of the Roma fans, to the cheers of those in the away end. As Torino fans, very happy with his efforts today, and Jordan is in his place. Closing stages here. Let's hope for one more twist of the tail, maybe even two, if you get lucky. Indica, Celik, and Svila can collect that header back to him. Look to release Celik straight away, and here comes Roma again. They're going to be on the front foot for the rest of this game, you'd think. Wesley. Let's clip there. Bit of a clap of the hands here between Biraghi and Wesley. They understand the assignment. All sides now have made their 5 substitutions. It's now about who's on the pitch to make the difference in it. Can't call onto your bench anymore. Kone. Bezili. Into the feet of Soleil. Evan Ferguson is that option inside the box, but he is man marked by 2 or 3 Torino defenders right now. Soleil wants that left foot, can't get onto it. Pizzili's ball is poor, and Israel can collect. Tension builds here in the capital. Oh, Abu Khal. In the end, foul called. Ferguson got away. Ferguson keeps going. Look to find Soleil, but broken up. Baldansky brought down, but no fouls to the referee. Roma have to keep going. Simeone's goal, the difference on the hour mark. Wesley then interrupted by Biraghi. Indica into Kone, El Sharari away, brought down by Lazaro. Crunch time now. Hello, Elijah. Good to see you, my man. You missed a good one, I think. In the first half, you didn't. It was a quiet first half, but second half, Elijah, has been great value. So, Elijah, if you don't know me, I love the Serie A. One of my favourite leagues. So I'm going to get as much Serie A as I possibly can in it, with it being 6:30 in Perth. Perfect time for football. Baldansky's ball in. Met by Maripan. Not really dealt with there. Lazaro has a chance now. Just toes that away. Soleil does the defensive work, however. Pezzilli, Wesley. Kone is down in the box. They're going to have to keep playing though, Roma. Mancini. Mancini. Celik. Now Torino can go. The man's down, so they can play. Tamaze. Abu Khal is at the pitch, and El Shaarawy is in the defensive work. Zeki Celik pushes Abu Khal to the ground. Here comes Zeki Celik now out of his own back line. Won the ball back and driving them forward. Kone's finally back to his feet. He was down for an eternity, it felt like. Baldansky. Now Mancini. Pizzilli. Celik. Now Wesley. Can the Brazilian produce? Tried some tricky footwork and only found the Torino foot in the way. Torino have everyone now behind the ball. Not just 6. It's 8, 9 and 10. Floated in. It's fallen to Baldansky. Back towards goal. Mancini. Oh. Took a deflection. Israel was down strong. Take the save. It's a different team these days, Elijah, but they're a solid team this year in particular. Gasperini in the dugout. They're going to be a good side. They were 100% across the first two games, 2 1-0 victories, but today is a different story. There's your rundown, Elijah. There's your update. Not just Prem on this channel. We get more leagues in. I'll get as much rotation as possible. It's a football channel, it's not a Premier League channel. I want to make that clear to the people. Here's Mancini. And now Pizzilli. Great ball into the feet of Soleil. He's looked dangerous all day. One way then the next. Soleil still. Ball stuck at his feet. Pizzilli. Celik. Celik's ball whipped in. Dealt with by as far now as out as Roma. Wesley can whip this ball in. Again, well dealt with. Adams has gone down. No fouls to the referee. Elijah, I'll be streaming as much World Cup games as I can if I'm in Australia. I think I might be in America for them, so I have to wait and see. But I did all the Euros, man. I'll probably do all the World Cup games if I'm here. Celik. Che Adams in well. And hooks it over his head. Acrobatically out of play. We're into the last now. Only stoppage time remains for Roma to keep their unbeaten season. For Roma to keep in touch with Juve and Napoli, who look like the front runners this season. Wesley's whipped in ball. Ferguson rising. It's come off a Torino body, I think. Corner kick. 8 minutes of stoppage time to play. It's game on still here at the Olimpico. Stefan El Sharawi over this one. Now Baldansky. He'll be the left-footed out swinger. Baldansky away. Ferguson! And the header's on target. Oh! And Pizzilli had the chance to draw level for Roma. Oh! At the back stick. Point blank range, basically. Unmarked. And what a save from Israel. Matthew left us, but what he missed us at the wrong moment. Win my money back with Haaland scored 2+. Considered a win, yeah. Fair enough. Thank you for joining me, Matthew. It's been a good stream. Not cleared properly. It's hooked in the air. And Israel's gone out of play. And a foul by Ndika on him. And he'll take as much time as he can out of this game. Yeah, Elijah, there'll be no sleep at all. Had the Euros cooked my sleep schedule just over a year ago. I was literally nocturnal for a month. But I loved it. We had some great streams over the Euros. Streaming 2 games a night at 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. and 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. It was a great time. So we'll be back for that. In America, if I am here, be a lot more of midnight and early hours in the morning, which probably works better. But that's for the future. We're in the now. We have 6 minutes of this game to go for Roma. Pizzilli had the best chance just then. Oh, that hooked ball. Ferguson somehow kept it in front of him. Che Adams pressurising Wesley. And Wesley got himself in a spot of bother. Roma throw. Got to commit everyone forward now. Mancini. Pizzilli. Soleil again, Wesley. These two have been good. Zeki Celik. Now with Wesley. Left-footed, in-swinging ball. It's going to fall in the box. It's Soleil! Oh! And it's just drifted wide of the mark. It looks like it was destined for the back of the net. But not to be for the Argentine. He's been basically everywhere today. Oh, it was destined. Just curled the wrong way of the far post. Oh, great technique to keep the head and the foot of the football. I feel like we've got something coming. I just have a feeling. Israel taking his time over this. There's Roma fans whistling. They want him to hurry up. Up into the Roman sunshine. Ilic puts it out for a Roma throw. El Shaarawy will take that. Halfway into stoppage time now. 1-0 for Torino. On track for their first win of the season with their first goal of the season. Thanks to a fantastic breakaway and a fantastic individual effort for Simeone. El Shaarawy now whipping that ball in and just had too much on it. No one was able to get in the back stick for that one. Gee, just hearing the stat, 2020 in January is the last time that Torino got a win against Roma at the Olimpico. This could be a massive moment, a monumental moment in Torino's season. To get their season up and running for 25-26, to breathe some confidence in this side after a very, very tough start to the season against some of the big heavy hitters of the Serie A. Hooked up into the night sky. Poor challenge on Mancini. He gets the foul. And straight away he looks to play on. They've got to go now here. Solé. Celik. Wesley over the overlap. His whipped in ball blocked. And then hooked clear. And at the moment for Torino, anywhere will do. Is there one more twist to this tail? Celik just goes long in Dicker's direction. Chests it down to himself. Solé. Out to Stefan El Shaarawy. It's floated in and Dicker was there. Kone. Recycles to Baldansky. Left-hand side, whips that ball into the area. It's fallen to Solé. And he's not a man that uses his head often. And you could tell. Arching down to get on the header and puts it over the crossbar. Another massive chance goes begging for Roma. And that could be their best chance of the game that's left because there's only 2 minutes to go. Six down, 2 to go for Torino. Israel now back into play. 2 to go. Mancini, now Wesley. Away for Maripan. Wesley's whipped in ball. Sorry, that's Maripan there dealing with that. Zeki Celik. Back with Celik now. It's a lofted ball into the area. El Shaarawy in the volley. Oh, he caught it well. It was on target as well, and Israel had to make the save. He caught that out of the Roman lunchtime sky, but it was actually quite a save behind the end for Israel. With Stefan El Shaarawy on the football, you just never know. Nice skilled football players have ever graced the Serie A. Abukal happy to take that throw. Now only a minute away, but on his men are. Torino very close to their first win at the Olimpico since 2020 versus AS Roma. Lynch keeps that ball alive. Finds Abukal. Abukal's cut back. Che Adams. Still with Adams. Biraghi. And it's over. And he'll get a corner. It's come off Matthias Solé. And I think this could be the game because I'll keep it in the corner flag, you think. And the perfect start of the season for Roma has come to an abrupt end. And for Torino, it's a massive 3 points. It takes them to 4 in the season. Biraghi over for this corner kick. There's Torino fans in fine voice there. Going to go home very happy today. Che Adams uses his body and keep the ball here in the corner. We'll get the corner from the referee. They've played the 8. We're into the added time. Mancini not happy. Biraghi will get us back underway. Another corner one from Jay Adams. Off Mancini. It is basically game 1 now. This ball's going to sit in the corner. Frustration grows about the corner kick. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. A huge win for Torino. Thanks to that man, Simeone. It was his dynamic and a static counter-attack that gifted Torino the lead on the hour mark. They fought so well. They were so robust offensively. They kept the clean sheet against Roma. It's all kicking off here at full time. Mancini and the Roma side aren't very happy. Their perfect start of the season comes to an end. Their first goal conceded sees them lose this game 1-0. Simeone the difference. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for all your support. Great having you all join me here on Super Sunday. More exciting football to come next week. Don't you worry about that. But for this game here, Roma's perfect start comes to an end for Torino. 4 points from their first 3 games. A massive 3-point for them at the Stadio Olimpico. Everyone, enjoy your rest of your Sunday's football action. Thank you for joining me here today. We get to a good one on Sunday. I'll see you guys next Saturday for Soccer Saturday. And then back here, same time, exclusively on YouTube for Super Sunday next weekend. Have a good day, everyone, and goodbye.